Hello, this is my video project for Game Design 210, in which we are picking a game and analyzing what game design element it does well. And the game I will be looking at is Gone Home. And the game design element I would say that it does very well is storytelling. Because truly, without storytelling, this game doesn't really have much going for it, but it's still an amazing game nonetheless. Well, with the storytelling, of course. And along the screen, you will see three things pop up. My MDA style, I guess, of how I broke down the game. And the way it tells the story, I feel like it's very unoriginal. Not really like a lot of the games I have played as of recent. And to support that is an article I read called "A Game with Heart Gone Home is a Bold Step in Storytelling" by Steve Mullis. And this quote reads, with these storytelling elements, you learn a lot about the Greenbrier family and what is going on in their lives, but the game also respects the player much as a really great book respects the intelligent reader, and it lets you put a lot of the pieces of the Greenbrier puzzle together for yourself and form many of your own conclusions. So, like most of the games, I would say damn near 90% of the games we play, story is always laid out for us. There's nothing we have to go search for. But with Gone Home, it's more so you have to put the story together yourself. You walk around this house, you discover bits and pieces of a story that will then sometimes prompt an audio recording uh, that you listen to and gather more about the story. And also papers that you can pick up, right? The object interaction mentioned before. Pick it up, rotate it, maybe something on the back, maybe a picture, and that kind of gives you story, but doesn't tell you where it belongs in. I guess if you were to put the story on a timeline per se, it just tells you, hey, this is important. It's somewhere, and that's kind of sometimes good for a certain niche of players who kind of take pride in putting a story together. It's kind of like the aha moment for a gamer to then be giving all these story elements or story pieces and throwing them together in a way that makes sense and is actually the true way of understanding how a game story unfolds, right? You may find something here, right, to start off with, and you may find little things down the line, but it takes that maybe fifth piece of information you get to really string everything together to makes it make sense, so to speak. So that's why I feel like it does really well. And on top of storytelling and what I said that without it, it really has nothing, is the confines of this game, which you're limited to this house, right? There's not really much for you to do but walk around. That's actually supported by another quote by Steve Mullis, in the same article, which reads, technically, there is no real gameplay. It's mostly just moving around the house and examining objects. There are no monsters or terrorists to shoot or cars to steal. But that's the reason the game is so important for the gaming industry right now. It also shows that video games no longer be so simply labeled and dismissed, that they don't all need to fit comfortably into standard categories. Now, let's take the first chunk of that, meaning there's no real gameplay. And reinforces what I said once again. Without story, there is nothing here. There's not much for the character to do, but then pick up these pieces and pick up these objects who then further the story along and really get you to understand and push it. That's why I said, like, there is nothing to this game without a story. And moving on to what he said under that is that it's the reason why the game is so important, which I agree. To then have a game that's missing all these standardized elements that are present in damn near every game we play nowadays, to then be regarded as highly as this is very important. It proves to people that you don't need to have this cookie cutter way of making a game to be good, which I feel like, speaking in a situation I guess I'm in right now, being in class, striving to be a game designer, I feel like a lot of people may be around my level of expertise, which is very little, may think that they need to make a game that's like so much of the AAA titles that we have now to be great, when in reality, Gone Home achieves a great deal of success, but not sticking to what everybody else is doing. paving its own way, pushing its own way forward, and then showing that you can have a weird, per se, game, but still be good, right? Weird doesn't mean bad. Unorthodox doesn't mean bad. It's just that you have a special way of going about these things, and you plan on making your vision or your dream, come true. And that's what I feel like Gone Home really does, and it does it well. So it's kind of it for me. It's This is what I think, really shines about Gone Home is the storytelling, and I hope that, for those of you out there who watch this video, I hope you really like it. Thank you.